Well, for today's We're Open segment, we'll focus on an institution that has been closed to the public since the pandemic began, and that's the Gerald R Ford Presidential Museum.
Rob Westerby joining us with those details. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Now, the Presidential Museum in Grand Rapids, well, we've got two locations, actually. The Presidential Library is in Ann Arbor on the campus of the president's alma mater, the University of Michigan. The Grand Rapids is the museum. Now, both are part of the National Archives and Records Administration. This agency preserves the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, runs all of the nation's presidential libraries, including here in Grand Rapids. The staff at the museum in Grand Rapids has remained busy during the pandemic.
Both the museum staff and the archival staff across the state have been involved in answering reference questions, research questions, providing information to the public. Any requests for information about an artifact would be provided. And of course, we still have the building needs to be run. The building still needs to be operated. The building still needs upkeep. There has been a lot of work that was being done behind the scenes while we were closed. We did have some exhibits that needed to be taken down. They were temporary exhibits. Those needed to be moved to other locations in the country. We currently working with loans, on other loan agreements with places like the Smithsonian and other institutions. The Saigon exhibit, we are going to be making a modification to that exhibit over the next several months. The staircase on top of the Saigon embassy, the last escape out of Vietnam by many people. And that, along with the kind of helicopter, kind of illustrates, the end of our experience in Vietnam. We were actually very lucky to receive that exhibit, and that's a story in and of itself on how we actually got it. And a couple of other things within the core exhibit will be changed and improved upon over the following months. There is the gravesite of the President and First Lady Betty Ford. Their gravesites are on the grounds of the Ford Museum in Grand Rapids as well. President Ford was instrumental, extraordinarily instrumental as a congressman from this Michigan district in expanding the space program, being heavily involved with the initiation of NASA. And he was one of the most influential congressmen at that time in the late 1950s and late 1960s about really getting the American public to come all in on the space program. So that's why that moon man is so iconic for this facility.
The Gerald R Ford Presidential Museum in Grand Rapids will open tomorrow and will be open on a limited schedule. Thursdays and Fridays, 2 to 5 p.m., Saturdays and Sundays, noon to 5. They hope that's temporary. Tickets are only available online. They won't be selling them at the door. Go to fordlibrarymuseum.gov. You can take a virtual tour of the museum on the website. Museum is located on Pearl Street, just west of 131 in downtown Grand Rapids. We have a webpage full of stories about places that are open in West Michigan. Go to fox17online.com/open. I'm Rob Westerby.